Hi everyone, Kavi Kalam here. And this column is actually very important to me because my dad gave it to me before I moved to Abu Dhabi to come to college. And now I'm about to graduate, which is scary. Today I wanted to talk about I don't feel like it. I don't feel like talking about it. That's what I want to talk about. When was the last time you wanted to do something, but then you told yourself, I don't feel like doing this? I don't feel like studying, or I don't feel like going to the gym. I'll do this task when I feel like doing it. I'll go to the gym when I feel like it. Let me ask you a question. Will you feel like it after 10 scrolls of reels? Will you feel like it at exactly 3:45 when you want to study and not 3:42? What is this feeling of feeling like it? I thought of this a lot, and I thought of this a lot because I happen to say this to myself. I've been telling myself this since I was a kid that I'll do this when I feel like it. मन नै लाग्छ होइन मन लागेपछि गर्छु अहिले मन छैन. In Nepali, that means my heart is not where it needs to be to do this. And yesterday, my therapist said something very interesting. She was like, have you accepted the fact that you might just never feel like it? That there is no point in time where you will ever feel like it. And that kind of broke my worldview a little bit because in my mind, there's always a reality where I will feel like it, where I will feel like studying and then I'll study, or I will feel like going to work out every day and I'll do it. But then her saying that, Nobel, what if you don't feel like it and you do it anyway? And that shift in mindset is something that I need right now. Because when I'm focusing too much on my feelings, I feel like it gives so much value, it attributes so much value to my feelings that it's dictating my actions. And it had not been this case before, but then throughout a bout in my life where I had to be very in tune with how I felt in order to communicate to my partner about my feelings at that moment, about in order to be vigilant of their feelings, I had to be intensely sensitive to feelings. And as a result, I feel like this excuse that I make for myself of, oh, I don't feel like this has gained an even higher value in my mental workspace. So in order to kind of nudge myself out of this, I feel this way, I don't feel like doing this mental model, my therapist told me that I should approach with curiosity, like unbridled gentle curiosity, as like curiosity that emanates from a kid who is learning about science for the first time, who just cannot stop asking why is the sky blue, why does this happen. Take this curiosity that is within your unconscious mind and apply it to every single time you feel stuck. Apply it to every single time you feel like or you don't feel like doing something. And how would that look like? I'm trying to think of how that would look like is, let's say, right before I put my iPad against my monitor to start speaking to the camera, I did not feel like speaking to the camera. And I don't know if it comes off from the screen that I want to or I don't want to speak to the camera, but it made me think that, and then I rewind. It made me think It made me sit down and take a few deep breaths. Why do I not want to put the iPad in front of me and start talking? It is good for me. Some part of my brain has written it into my notes app that every day I must speak into the camera, and this part of my brain probably did this with the best intentions for me in mind. So why am I not doing this? Why am I stuck? And quite frankly, I don't know. But I want to look at this, examine this stuckness, or examine this feeling with curiosity. Is it because I'm scared of speaking and not making sense? Is it because I'm scared that my roommate in the other room will hear me speak and it's going to make me feel embarrassed that I am speaking to a camera? Is it because my window is open and there are people outside walking and they would like to, they just see this guy who's very animatedly speaking to his camera? And it could be all of these emotions or none of these emotions. But just looking at this moment with curiosity kind of adds more joy to it and is more likely to nudge me towards this desired action, right? And that should be a way I approach life. Just to take two deep breaths, how can I approach this moment with the utmost curiosity? And curiosity is something that kill the cat. Haha, no. Curiosity is a skill that, when exercised correctly, can lead to the biggest joys in life, can lead to you just understanding more about yourself and other people around you. Because I feel like all humans have this tendency to want to understand other people, but not understand other people in a sense that, okay, so you could say that some people are selfish, they don't want to understand other people. No. Look at, think about the most selfish example in your mind. It could be some man, a patriarchal man who's the head of a household who only does what he wants. Do you not think that he also has this need, or has this curiosity to know what people think about him? And I feel like just that same example extended to a completely different polarizing individual would be a someone who is fully empathetic, who is feeling all the feelings of the people around them. Are they not curious about the people around them? And in that, I see an overlap. Every person has curiosity and it's just directed differently. Maybe a malevolent person would be curious about how other people are malevolent to them. Because I remember someone that I knew, their favorite question to ask, or a question that they kept asking me, was, Nobel, who's the most manipulative person you've met? Who's very manipulative? Tell me more about manipulation. And I think the reason that this person asked me this was because they could not believe that my personality included genuine complimenting people and genuine curiosity, that they believed that I was being manipulative towards them. And I find that so interesting, how people are so trapped in their own worldview. And this really says a lot about how people, what people assume is, says, reveals a lot about their character. What people assume, in a sense that, another example would be one of my friends. He's from Delhi, and Delhi is a place where it's a dog eats dog world. Like, people are out to get you, and that's how your mind has been wired your whole life. So we were getting food in here, and then what happened was, well, when my friend from Delhi, he ordered the food, the guy taking his order got the wrong order down, and he didn't add the same amount of spice as my friend requested. And my friend's first response was, "Oh, is this guy trying to fuck with me?" Like, no, he did this on purpose. He has malicious intent. And I feel like when you kind of approach things with this mindset that, okay, people are out to get me, people are out to manipulate me, people are out to be malevolent towards me, there is a part of yourself that you assume in other people, that you see in other people, causing you to hold up a mirror and make these assumptions. And I don't know how I came up to came here um, from approaching with curiosity and never feeling like it, but you will never feel like it, and that's okay. And we need to accept that, and you need to accept that. And you need to approach this not feeling like it emotion with curiosity and look at it from different angles, almost as if it's a cat playing with a ball of yarn. Approach it with approach it with gentleness, approach it with curiosity, approach it with playfulness and joy. And that's how you can be unstuck, because lately I've been feeling kind of stuck and I don't know what to do about it. One thing I'm stuck on is I think I've received news from a job I was applying back to, and the person who was helping me get the job sent me a voice message, but I don't want to open it. And is it and let me approach this. Let me apply what I just talked about right now. Approaching this with curiosity, I'm thinking that I don't want to open that message because I'm scared. What if this message tells me that, oh, Nobel, I'm sorry, it's not going to work out? Then I'm going to feel like a failure, and then I'm going to go down this kind of neurological track set in my mind when I fail in something. Or I could just open it and see how it makes me feel. Anyway, maybe I'll open it after this. Thank you so much for listening. Kobe Column signing out. Hopefully, I'll be here to talk about things again tomorrow. And I need to go to debate practice because eloquence, the value of eloquence and the value of being able to persuade people with your words is only ever going to increase as people rely more and more on ChatGPT to be more convincing.